Hi and welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday the 29th of September 2020. So yesterday gold, silver and stocks surge as real yields tumble. As it says here, mind the reality gap. Yes, there is a reality coming. As anybody who's watched the Market Alert for the last 12 years or more, eventually the day of reckoning turns up, and as we're heading into the US election, it's going to be very interesting, especially when you start to see things like this from the Democrats, where Pelosi has released a 2.2 trillion proposal with, again, 417 billion in state and local aid. This woman's a lunatic, to put it mildly. And as it says here, this won't go anywhere. Absolutely not. Not in the run-up to an election, that's for sure. It's a death knell for the Democrats printing more and more money. People can see what's going on, that it's just going to create hyperinflation. So how to lose an election and lose votes. Interesting. And of course tonight we've got Joe Biden up against Trump in a head-to-head, which will be highly entertaining, I'm sure, for those interested in politics. Personally, I won't be watching, but I'm sure it will be very interesting. Again, it's a bit like 2016, isn't it? Lesser of the two evils. We'll see what happens. Like I say, this is a forum for economics and trading as opposed to the political side, but it's certainly going to be very, very interesting, especially when you come out with things like this. People can see what's going on. Okay, let's move on to yesterday's trades. And as I spoke of in the Market Alert in the morning, that prices could move higher. And that's precisely what happened as we kicked off. We can see that prices driving through the BRN above the 200 MA. A lot of volatility to begin with, but again, notice how prices come down to the 20 bar moving average and then immediately reverse, having broken through here with some buying. And then prices trade through the previous day's high, which again I mentioned in the alert. They always want the market above the previous day's high if they can. And there you see prices continuing to move higher. And here I'm looking at the daily chart to see where we are on the scale of things. So we're through the 38, so the next upside target is going to be the 50% there. So prices then continue, not closing below the 5 bar moving average. And there you can see, as I move further on, way through the R1. And then we come to the sell signal there. So now we're through the 50% of the daily charts, which I thought I had a screenshot of, but I have had a problem with the recording yesterday. Let me just wind back, see if I can find it. See if it's in there. Obviously, hang on. No, that was the 38. But it was captured at the time. But like I say, the recording software stopped, which is why we see the market there now. Anyway, prices then drifted lower after moving, as you can see there, 150 points. And the major move for the day being over, which is shown by the signals then that came in, because the market dropped down to the R1 and then failed to close below, coming straight back. And as soon as I saw this bar here, you could see that prices were not going to move low. You can see how they bought back here as well. Subtle, but they bought back at the R1. So I was taken out of this trade, and then I didn't get the short trade, as you'll see in a moment. And I was chatting to somebody, and they said, oh no, we had a short signal, so I didn't get one. So when I reloaded the chart, I then see the buy signal that I missed and the sell signal. So then I took the buy signal, which of course then immediately reversed. As you can see, prices coming back below the 20 bar moving average. So now I'm sitting on a bigger loss than necessary, because I missed the short one to try and recoup some. And then prices got into a sideways range. But here is a beautiful signal, which will be highlighted once I've got the new signals added into the software. You've got a selling pressure up thrust there. So prices start to move lower. And again, you can see the volume is greater than the previous bar. The range is less. and then prices start to move low. We then get a sell signal, but on the new version, once it is complete, it's going to take a couple of months because the programmer one has got a lot of projects on, and there's a bit of a health issue, unfortunately. But I am working on it, so hang in there. So instead of being short from here, you'll be short from the top here, and then prices trade down and trade to the scalp, and then move the stop to break even, and have a look at where we are. You can see I've drawn in the support to the left here. Now make a decision to actually make back some of the loss from the morning, and as prices trade down to the 737 area, I actually take the profits, which again I've obviously cut this short on the recording, but actually took the profits at this level. It was actually 12 points, it wasn't 15, which it's showing there. It actually worked out at 12 as the market started to come back. So yeah, and then over to the afternoon, you can see the 1237 there at 12737, sorry, where prices continue to obviously move higher through the R1 during the morning. And then we got Lagarde speaking. She spoke for about 20 minutes or so. And then we had a potential buy signal where we see the market trading up to the BRN there and out at this level. And then prices trading sideways and drifting lower onto the 4 p.m. slot. So just bring this back a bit. If it will play ball, I seem to have a bit of a problem here this morning. There you go. We're traded up till 4 o'clock. I was just trying to find the end of the session, but it's obviously not on there either. So yeah, just the one trade in the afternoon to pull back some of the losses from the morning there. So if you didn't capture the big move of the morning that we see here, then it was a matter of having to sit through the few losses and pull back a few points in between. And then in the afternoon, we had Lagarde speaking and pulling back some of those losses that we'll see there as the market moved higher. Hopefully, a better day signal-wise today. And again, the implied volatility is looking like it's moving to the downside from a high of a few days ago, with prices heading back towards the 20 bar moving average, and the same in the color coded there. So there's a bit of room for the upside in this market at the moment. News, let's just have a quick refresh, see what we got today. That's all we've got is consumer confidence, so the market's going to have to make its own direction. This is out at 3 p.m. for the US markets. Let's have a look overnight, see what the DAX is doing. The market's been in a very narrow trading range overnight, playing with the high and the 200 MA there, coming back to the high and the close there for the overnight so far. The daily chart, the market going through that 50% yesterday and trading up to the 62, where it's currently finding some resistance. So again, if we go back to the 2-minute chart, you'll see that the market's desperately trying to hold above the high, because in the daily chart, if we break through the high, then we can come back down and continue the sideways move there. In the Dow, the market also showing a very similar picture, except the same 62% and the 20 bar moving average. Our market struggling at this level as well. Okay, that will do it for this one. Hopefully the volatility will continue. Well, we got a nice bit of movement yesterday, apart from after the 150 point move. So hopefully we'll get the automatic signals early on to ride the trade, so you don't have to actually work out how to get in the trade and take advantage of these other moves, which I review each morning for you. Okay, that will do it, as I say, for this one. Let's see what today brings. At the moment, the market struggling with that high, as we can see there at the moment.